Hey guys, welcome back to Ultra Ninja Gaming, playing more Tales of Arise, part 10 of my first full playthrough of the story. And we're going to continue on where we left off. We're on the ship, chasing after the crazy bitch, the Fort Lord. Right? She's number 4, right? Yeah, she's number 4. And we're going to take her out. We're going to jump on her ship and take her out. That's the plan. So sit back and enjoy the story, and this is pretty much a mostly non-commentary playthrough. There might be some light commentary from time to time, especially when I'm just exploring the world map, but for the most part it's non-commentary. So just enjoy the story, because there's a lot of talking in these types of games. And yeah, and I'm just sitting back and enjoying this game. So you can join me on my adventure in this game. But without further ado, let's continue. Yes, we're gonna rest and prepare. I think we're ready. We might explore too, because...
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsev when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought it was a goner.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Also, I forgot to mention, my bad for that double audio echo. I keep forgetting to mute my controller. The PS5 DualSense controller, they have like a built-in mic, and it just picks up on every little noise. It's so annoying. It's super loud and just like it picks up every little, even things that are pretty quiet or far away, it still picks it up. Like it's just annoying. So I keep having to remind myself to mute it, because I don't need that mic on the controller. Like, I don't use it. Oh crap, enemies.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. Bring them down.
I forgot how to play. It's been a few days. I forgot to play. Other attack. Oh.
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah. Totally to me. Water. Here, ready. Fire support. Do it.
Okay. I'm starting to remember how to play now. So yeah. So don't mind me as I may struggle trying to remember how to play, but it has been a few days since we last played.
Gotta break through.
Wait, this way. No, that's not it.
Here, you see what I can do? You think that shield will save you? That's my cue.
Shut him down. Totally. In an instant. Impact block.
Okay, there we
Quite
go.
necessary when creating weaponry.
you! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! In here! An instant! Here's another! These ones can run rings around us! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Permanent treasure!
It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Magic is amped! Tidal wave! Into the shadows! Lightning! Downfall! Hit! There! It's over!
Double demon fang!
Here's Tyson! Take that! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Here goes! Hear my
Rising wyvern!
Glimmer dragon! Hit!
Demon fang!
Go get him! One last one!
A comfortable win.
What could this be?
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Get in, get out! This one's mine! Glacial spear!
The waters of creation! I'll take my revenge on you!
Fire support!
It's almost too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that! Water, hear my call! Arrow strike! Too much to handle! Flame of fury! Burning fire! Here's nothing! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Water, hear my call! Go get him!
I can carve through water!
Here's evil!
Not today! We're not finished!
Now I'm in the groove! Water, hear my call! Full spread!
Onward and upward.
Forgive you!
Dark wind!
By the Here goes!
Damn it!
They really don't give up, do they?
Now you'll learn!
Here goes! None shall escape my judgment!
Eagle dive! I'll tear you apart!
Do it! Arrow fall!
Don't get careless.
Show you any mercy!
In here! Magic is out!
Magic Phoenix!
Lock! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Here goes!
Now you see what I can do!
Permanent treasure!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Well then, let's keep moving.
Hi, Hoodle! Ice Tornado!
Punch that gun out of your hand!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
None shall escape my judgment! Go get him! May 1,000 gales carry the bread! More for the stockpile.
I'm on it.
Arrow an instant.
You're mine. I'm on it.
None shall escape my judgment. A whirling circle.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
None shall escape my judgment. Not on my watch. Here goes. It's a duel of the arts. Freezing storm.
You require a hand.
More than enough.
Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. Sweet dreams. Here goes. Razor cyclone. Puddle.
I'm on it.
The freezing storm.
I'm on it.
The enemy wields arcs too.
You'll soon see about that. Hit. One more. Not in your dreams. Burning strike. Hear my call. Do it.
Don't get careless.
Hi, Hoodle. Glacial spear. Cover the freezer.
A showdown between blade and fist.
Water. Hear my call.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds. In here.
Shouldn't have messed with me!
I'll be saving this one. A whirling struggle. Magic is air. Cyclone.
Lost my focus!
Glacial spear. Here's another.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Slash.
Will this help?
Double demon fang.
Talon sword!
Healing sword. Hear my call. Get ready. Glacial spear. Here is evil.
Double demon
Living pleasure.
Try this.
I'm only getting started. Here goes. Gemini off. Bullseye. Mega ray. Gemini off. Eagle fly. Annihilation.
Charge like that could easily be
Only
fatal.
getting started.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Demon fang.
Vanquish target.
Did you hear it now? You're done! Eagle fly!
First strike.
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this. Deus Roar!
Rising
Here's a
Rider.
healing
You're
arm.
mine.
Rip and tear!
Lunaronda.
Eagle fly!
Rising
Water.
Phoenix.
All
Hear my
good things
call.
come to an end.
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
Glacial spear. Freeze Lancer.
First strike. I'll run you through! Thunder Knuckle! I'll run you through!
Hear my call! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Breathe in to the wind!
Thunder Knuckle!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'll heal you all!
In an instant!
Impact block!
That took more energy than I expected.
Way.
First try, Steven Fang!
Searing flame! Reload! Tunnel! Searing flame! Razor cyclone! Burning strong! Glacial spear! Here's the evil! Freeze laser! Hit! Here's another!
Leave the ensnaring me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
I will! Flare tornado! Purge malevolence! Arcade waterfall! Freeze lancer! Lightning! Downfall! Promoter step into the fray!
In a bind?
Here goes! Downfall! Bullseye! Far enough! Swallow ray! Fire legend! Purge miller ray! Arcade waterfall! Freeze lancer! Mega ray!
Do it!
Alpha! Astral energy!
Say no more!
I'll heal you all! Here goes! Hurricane! Healing circle!
I'm practically unstoppable.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zoogles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I can carve through armor!
My shield!
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for you. Take that! Alpin, astral energy!
Say no more!
Vanquish darkness! Searing flame! Remove! He's now more for the stockpile! Here's the vanquish darkness!
Anything in armor is all mine! Rip and tear!
Divine! Too much to handle! Healing! Flame of spirit! Burning! What? Water! Hear my call! Spread!
Dragon
Laser spear! Here's the evil!
Like you!
Freeze Lancer! Here comes! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Gusty nail!
Demon Fang!
Back into the fray! No! Hey, that takes your corner! Bullseye!
On your
Here goes!
storm! Smash you!
Take that!
Demon
One
Fang!
last one! Demon Flame! Here goes!
I'm just getting strong!
Bullseye!
Eagle Fire!
Arrow Swarm! Gemini Aqua!
On your knees!
Back into the fray!
Now I'm real mad.
Alpin! Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
A barrier. That may indicate Almadria is near.
Then we've got to find a way to get through somehow.
Let's see if we can find something that'll release it.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
We seem to have come across something a little unusual.
No choice.
Bring her down! What happened? I'm hit! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Searing sky! You'll pay for what you did!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
There! Got you! Mega Ray! Bullseye! Mega Ray! Here comes! Back into the fray! Bullseye!
A comfortable win.
Backing down! Now you'll learn! Freaking gun it! Ray!
airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
It's almost too strong.
Split it open.
My guess.
Arrow squall. By the
Can't get out of
there.
there.
May 1,000 gales carry you to
Rip and tear.
gusty nail. Here goes. Hear me. Flame of fury. Burning strike. Water. Here. Where are you going? May 1,000 gales carry you to shreds. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Out of our way. Hit. Go Annihilation.
That freaking does it.
Take
down their defenses.
Take that.
Got you now.
Hit.
Now you see what I can do!
Rolling snap. Flame of fury. Burning strike. Glacial render. Pierce evil. Steel blazer.
Demon Fang. Rip and tear.
Tidal wave.
Prepare to
Tough
be
field.
sealed!
First strike.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! Troubling to me!
Here goes.
That freaking
Glacial
does it.
spear. Pierce evil. Here goes. Freeze blazer. Shield.
Double Demon Fang.
Searing flame. If it's in the sky, it's mine. Here goes.
Try harder. Take this.
Ice tornado.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Hit. Take that. Firmament render. Arrow squall. Searing flame. Reload. I'm out. Watch and
You hear it now. Tornado Alpha.
Take that. May
Now I'm in
1,000
trouble.
gales carry you to
Severed
shreds.
wing.
Hear me nail. Fury. Burning
Double Demon
strike.
Fang.
Water. Hear my call. Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Bullseye. Freeze blazer.
Far enough.
One more.
Take this!
None shall escape my judgment.
Pierce through.
Purge
Tornado
malevolence.
Alpha.
Arctic waterfall. Freeze blazer.
That
Searing
does it.
flame. Reload. I'm all stuffed up. Purge malevolence. Blah, blah, blah. Magic. Sealed.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Vanquish darkness.
Do it!
Hear me. Flame of fury. Burning strike. You better handle. And blast. Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Here goes. Freeze blazer. A hard-won victory.
And thus our strength yet grows.
Out of our way. Hit.
Demon Fang.
Now you see what I can do!
Double Demon Fang. Rising one.
Leave the charges to me!
Mega ray.
You're not finished.
Purge malevolence.
What's this?
Arctic waterfall. Freeze blazer. Lightning. Downpour.
Sword.
Damn it.
Too fast.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
None shall escape my judgment. Take that.
We did it.
Ray. Go get him!
Rising Wyvern!
Vanquish darkness!
We're on a roll now!
Denied!
Divine
You're
Stream!
right.
Blow away!
Reload!
Not
I'm
my
out
shot.
of weak.
Generate the pieces!
You're on!
Attack us!
Here goes!
Swarm! Finish this!
Any injuries?
Hmm? You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Gone!
You've got
Go get him in an instant!
Orochi's Fury!
Mega Ray! One last one! Mega Ray! Annihilation! Here goes!
Crumble!
Sight! It's hit! Hard malevolence! Arctic waterfall! Seal! More for the stockpile! Ray!
Prepare to be seen!
Divine! Now Arctic Fury! Burning hit! Here's a Dragon's Render!
Rising Phoenix! You're mine!
Whirling Fall!
Dragon Swarm!
One more! Here goes! One more! Do it! Kitara frozen!
Hammer!
With this, I can become even stronger! No holding back!
This will be a piece of cake!
In here! Tornado!
I'm going in!
Divine! None shall escape my judgment! Here goes! Hooray! Here's another Silver Flame! Reload! One more!
I'm on a roll now! Eagle Drive!
Water is render! Spread! Hammer sweep now! Burning! Water! Hear my call! Vanquish darkness!
Eagle Drive! Tectonic Punch!
Divine! Too much to handle!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
No backing down!
One last one! Searing Flame!
Sovereign Alpha!
Mega Ray! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Through!
Gusty
Sovereign
Nail!
Alpha! Flew away!
Here goes! A freezing storm! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Gusty Nail! Vanquish
Take
darkness!
this!
Lightning!
Azure
Downfall!
Storm!
Divine
Demon Blade!
Streak!
Double
Lightning!
Demon Blade!
Downfall!
I'll tear you apart!
Freezing storm! Take that!
I'll finish you here and now!
Do it! Okay.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
dispose of the trash.
He does it!
Careful! You have some kind of camouflage! Pierce evil!
Here and now! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Searing flame! Purge malevolence! Escape waterfall! Freeze lantern! Here's the... Glacial spear! Vanquish evil! Freeze lantern! Cover the caster! Cyan instant! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Sweet mouth, hear my call! I'll be saving this one! Glacial spear! Here's evil! More with that case! Freeze lancer! Hit! One last there! Tunnel!
Eagle side!
Vanquish darkness!
Dark rising
Instant!
Swallow dance! Glimmer dragon!
Focus, Ringwell. You can't rely on yourself.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Just do it. Doctor order.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Cyan instant. Not in your dreams.
Here I come! Burn in hell!
Pierce evil.
I'm on it! I'll end you!
What is
Go
that?
away! Dragon form! No further!
Ready to go.
Double
Hear me. Flame of fury. Where are you going? Arrow squall.
I can carve through armor!
Hear me. Flame of fury. Gemini Rondo.
Lunar Rondo!
Hit. Go get it. Instant.
Ready to go.
Safely start. Reload.
Add to it!
Mega ray.
Double demon
Gemini
blade!
Aqua. Divine strength.
Azure storm! Demon blade! Double demon
New
blade!
leaf on life.
Damn it!
Time to let
Only
it
I've
rip.
been more careful.
Azure storm! Demon touch!
That's much better.
Azure storm!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
It's time. This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Lightning wave.
Take this!
Raging
You're
cascade.
finished!
You alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
None shall escape my judgment.
I lost my
Water, hear my call.
This should do it!
Hear me. Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Freeze
Now you
laser.
see what I can do.
Swallow blade! Try this! Infernal turret!
Here's ready. Into the shadow.
Away! Rising wyvern!
Searing freeze laser.
Plasma shock!
Mega ray. I can't do
Oh,
it
now!
Oh, you are gonna pay for that.
Tornado Alpha! Storm! Finish this! Still!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Hey, anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
Are you just going to keep standing around or what?
Sorry. I'm just getting prepped. over here.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
What could this be?
Where are you going? Here's another. Searing flame. Here goes. Here's another.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest!
Here's evil. Vanquish darkness.
We're not finished!
Razor cyclone. Healing circle. Flawless flight.
I'm on it!
Hazel.
It's over!
Here's another.
Well then, let's keep moving.
Let's dispose of the trash. Eliminate Ranger. There. One more.
Take this!
Here goes. One more. Glacial spear. Pierce Eve. Primed and lens. Freeze Lancer.
Leave the target to me!
One last one. Vanquish darkness. Searing flame. Cover the caster. Annihilation. Finish the fray. Vanquish darkness. Hear my call. Divine strength. Flame of fury. Burning strike.
Glacial spear.
Pierce evil.
You see what happened there as you crossed me? Should've
Here's
done that.
Vanquish darkness. Here's a healing art.
That is fun.
Divine strength. That's my cue.
Shut him down!
I'm ready for the next battle. Go no further. Here goes. Cyan instant. Fall into my own death. Those flying creatures are a real pain in the butt. Gotcha.
Slash!
Go for the weak point.
Now I'm in the groove!
I'm only getting started.
All good
Mega
things
Red.
come to an end!
Fall into thy own death.
Now I'm real mad!
Cyan instant. Concentration.
Talon Hurricane!
Here's another.
Rip and tear!
Take this! Demon
Fire.
Come on, Demon
Close one. Gotcha.
Demon Fang!
Fires a piercing.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! First strike! Talon Hurricane! The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that. A freezing storm. Sharpness. Ice tornado.
Talon Hurricane!
My judgment.
I'll finish you here and now! Rising Falcon!
Water. Hit. Go get him.
Talon Hurricane!
Here's
Dragon!
Freeze Lancer. Harsh Malevolence. Arctic Waterfall. Here I go. You're Freeze Lancer. Vanquish darkness. Here I go. You're mine.
My focus!
A freezing storm.
I'm on it!
Oh,
Take
blow
away!
Lightning. None shall escape my judgment. It's weakened.
This ends now!
Vanquish darkness.
Double demon fang! Crush! Crumble!
Divine, not on my watch.
Slash! Blow away! Sword Rain Alpha! Blow away! No further! I'll tear you apart! Double demon fang!
I'm just getting started. I'm only getting started. Firmament render.
Be still!
None shall escape my judgment. More for the stockpile. Ray! Magna Ray! Gemini Aqua! Hear me! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike!
Sword Rain Alpha!
The waters of creation! Magic is in! Tidal wave! None shall escape my judgment. Close one. Got to do it!
Doubly! In an instant! Impact block!
Hey! Anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later. Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
If Almadria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Danon mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. Well, I've only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almadria.
There she is! Almadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Nesmold! Enjoy your meal!
Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! Fall into thine own death! Concentration! Fires of passion burst in the flame!
What
Foolishness.
Sleep now! I'll be saving this one! May a thousand gales carry you to shreds! Consider me your guardian angel! Firmament render! First aid! I can handle it!
Now or never.
Glacial spear! Vanquish darkness! Freeze lancer! Vanquish darkness! Vanquish darkness! Water! Hear my call! Spread! Glacial spear! Now! Here's the evil! Not my watch!
Glimmer dragon!
Freeze lancer! Vanquish darkness! None shall escape my close one! Gotcha! Mega ray! Here, let me help! First aid to thine own death! In here! An instant! I'll be saving this one! A freezing storm! Firmament render! I'm trusting in storm! Wall! Freeze laser!
I'll finish you here and now!
Know your reason! Pierce through the senses! Concentrate on fury!
In a bind!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Freeze lancer! May a thousand gales carry you to shreds! Gusty nails! Flame of fury! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Archaic waterfall! Freeze lancer! Sleep now!
Glacial Spear! Vanquish Darkness! Freeze Lancer! Divine! Now for the Hear my Charge Malevolent! Arctic Waterfall! Seal! Water! Hear my call! More where that came from!
Leave the chargers to me!
One last one! Arch Seal! By the power of water! Lightning! There you are! Not in your dreams!
Not today!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready! Here's a healing arc! First aid!
No further! Be still!
Power Selector! Freeze Here's another! Purge Malevolent! Magic Azam! In here! More for the stockpile! Water! The close one! Gotcha! Mega Ray! I'm all stocked up! Will this help?
Deny!
Water, hear my call! Spread! Hear me! Flame of Stern! Burning Strike! The waters of creation! Magic Azam! Tidal Wing! Arch Sealed! Spread! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Freeze Lancer! If it's in the sky, on! Sleep now! More for the stockpile! Concentrate all! Here's a healing arc! Purge Malevolent! Arctic Waterfall! Sleep now! More arc Purge Malevolent! Arctic Waterfall! Seal! More where that came from! Not on my watch! Vanquish Darkness! May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Gusty Nail! Do it! Something special! Alpin! Astral Energy!
Say no more! Rising Light!
Here's another! Healing
Severing
Fire!
Wing!
Another's mine!
They're attacking separately! I can't let me hit on her!
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster first.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that!
Yeah! Take it away!
You will suffer!
Here I come!
Take that!
Behold my storm power!
That was bad.
Wits about you, people!
Glacial Seal! Pierce evil!
Hurricane Thrust!
Freeze Awaken the sleeping spirit! Arch Seal!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
You see what happened there as you crossed me? Shouldn't have done that.
This isn't looking good!
Far enough! Not on my watch! Close one! Gotcha!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it! I'll end all good things come to an end.
Let's have some fun. Just try and run.
Here we go again! I'll tear you apart!
What was I thinking?
Ride for me.
Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Freeze Lancer! Hit! Take that!
Prepare to be seen!
Here I go! I'm only getting started!
Can't get out of this!
Ready to go!
I can carve through armor!
You're mine!
Take that!
I'm on!
Come now.
was I thinking?
Dominant render! Here is flame of fury! More where that came from! A new lease on life. Purge malevolence! Close one! Gotcha! Here!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Gotcha!
Burning strike!
Here's my call! Gotcha! Close one! Gotcha! Close one! Gotcha! Ready! Flame! Reload! Not on my watch! There!
The earth throbs in pain.
You will stop
Never miss!
I can carve through armor!
Denied!
Not today!
Purge malevolence! Arcade waterfall!
Her master core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't! Vanquish darkness!
Goodwill!
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now! One last one!
I'll run you
There! Go!
Never mind!
I'll finish you here and now! Purge malevolence! Arcade waterfall! Freeze land!
You will suffer!
Not on my watch! Reload! Here's another!
Storm, ready to go! Behold,
Ice tornado!
I can carve through armor!
Vanquish darkness!
This one's mine!
I'm ready! Spread! Not on my watch! I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again. Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, The Lord of Ganeth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down? What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Gianna!
Alvin! Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign. After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake.
As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori.
Alphen. Live for me.
No. Leori. No!
Wait, please. Wait, What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it.
It's over! Mirage! Shockwave Flash! You're mine! It's over! Lunar Rondo! Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! Take this! It's over! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Mirage! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! It's over! Shockwave Flash! Shockwave Flash! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Shockwave Flash! Shockwave Flash! Rising Wyvern! Shockwave Flash! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Lunar Rondo! Mirage! Shockwave Flash! Mirage! You're mine! Shockwave Flash! Mirage! Demon Fang! Not a chance! Shockwave Flash! Rising Wyvern! Demon Fang! It's on! Shockwave! You picked the wrong fight! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Take this! You're finished! Lunar Rondo! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! No escape! Mirage! No escape! Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo! Mirage! You're mine! Demon Fang! Take this! You're finished! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Take this! Shockwave Flash! Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo! Take this! It's over! Take this! Demon Fang! Lunar Rondo! Mirage! You're mine! Shockwave Flash!
Rinwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganeth Harros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
You sense one of your pals, Hootle?
Here goes!
I'll think
This one's all mine!
Lightning orb! Lightning condemned!
You're mine!
Thunder blade!
Dazzle!
Illuminate high! Just back it out again!
Destruction! You're mine! It's over! Mirage! Azure Storm!
Darkness!
Rotating pile driver!
Plasma shock!
in the wind! Air
Water blade!
Light astral lightning condensed!
Lunar
Thunder
rounded!
blade!
To everlasting darkness! Negative gate!
Here I hit!
Wind astral energy! Dance in the wind! Sleep now!
I'm not hit!
I'll be saving this one!
Take this! It's over!
Tempest wall! More where that came from! Slow slice! Here goes!
Take this!
Thunder peal!
Snake of the abyssal deep!
Take this!
Hard
It's
level!
over!
Arctic waterfall!
Destruction!
Sleep now!
Storm!
More for the
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
Destruction!
Shining supernova!
Destruction!
More with us now!
Double me! In an instant! Impact block!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Speaking of Thistleum, it's populated by Danins, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danin defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
We should check the owl forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renin maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renin invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. not to compete over lives lost. But I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, Well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess. What will I even accomplish going alone?
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the paint's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zoogle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Double demon face!
Whirlwind snap!
Are those arms even natural?
It's almost too
Far
strong.
enough! Split it open!
Be my guest.
Sleep now.
Double demon face! Be still!
Watch it!
No escape! Mirage!
Photon blast!
You've been smelling to me. Yeah, and cuddling to me.
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Double demon face! Shut him down! You're my husband!
All finish you here and now!
Double demon face!
Raging
Down!
Still!
Orochi's fury!
Shattering of pieces!
You're mine!
You're finished! Igneous discharge! Dance!
Double blue!
holy electric blade!
Orochi's fury!
Tiger blade!
No further! Double demon fang!
Illuminate the
Mirage!
sword!
Here I come!
Holy glitter!
It's over!
Holy
Leave the
lamp!
torch to me!
Inferno power! Here I come!
Time to shine!
Strike!
Sweet dreams!
This isn't looking good!
I'm not done! Do it!
Here's the door! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Purge malevolence! Arctic
You're mine!
Igneous discharge! Take it away!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this limb kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not! Shion's our friend! Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah, there might...
Okay.
Why?
Ugh. Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
Did we really just spend that much money?
I'd like to check their wares if you don't mind.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered can be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
There it is. That's our target.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Going in.
This one's all mine. How about this? Soaring light spear.
Time to
Rondo. Start up.
Talent
Here I come.
Divine Streak.
Go away.
Tiger Blade.
Strike.
Far enough.
I'm on.
One last
Double demon fang.
Now you see what I can do.
Luna Rondo.
Frozen.
Hammer.
My turn.
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah, and the pummeling to
Luna
me.
Rondo. Mirage.
Make your way.
Double demon fang.
Demons descend. Flashing fang.
Don't get complacent.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia Prime. I'll do my best!
Double demon fang.
Great. Talon.
Swallow
Tiger Blade. Shouldn't have messed with me.
Here we go again.
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
You require a hand. You're finished.
Time to shine!
This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it. I'll leave it to you.
Charge!
Photon Blast.
Talon Hurricane.
You're mine.
Thunder Field.
Orochi's Fury. Swallow blade. Small. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
I'm practically unstoppable.
I'll do my best!
Here I come.
Thousand Gales. Tear you to shreds.
Far enough.
Gusty Nail.
Double demon
If
fang.
they rush you,
Be
you
still.
gotta jump for cover, okay? Dance in the wind.
Mirage.
Sleep
Double
now.
demon
More
fang.
than a stockpile.
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Now for something special. In here. I'll be saving this one.
Just getting started.
This. You're mine.
Piercing roar.
Dazzle.
Field.
Mirage.
More for
Double
the
deep. My turn. You're mine.
Dance in the
You're
wind.
finished.
I'll smash you.
Field.
Here I come.
More for the
You're finished.
stockpile.
I'm gone!
Double Dazzle.
That's much better.
Raging
Swallow
storm.
blade.
I'm
going
in.
in.
From Tunnel.
Swallow blade! Double
Illuminate the dark! Come forth!
Double demon fang!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! We managed to pull through.
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Tiger blade! All in!
Double demon fang! Take this!
Remains Ranger!
On guard!
I'm just getting started!
You made me angry! That was a bad idea!
Try hard, my turn!
That's better!
I'm not done!
Here's his lightning!
Double demon fang!
This
Be
one's
still!
mine! Round and round!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth!
Here we go
On
again!
guard! Take this!
Dark
wind! That's it!
Thunderfield!
Try harder! My turn! Ha! You're finished! Be still! You're mine!
Remains Ranger!
Crescent moon!
There's always room for improvement.
Little help!
This one's mine!
Watch it!
Try harder! My turn!
Remains Ranger!
Ha! Be still! Lunar Rondo! Mirage!
Falling storm!
Here I come!
Tiger
You're
blade!
finished!
Wind Astral
Double
Energy!
demon fang! Start up!
I'll finish you here
Here I
now!
come!
Come forth! Holy Land!
Round and pound! Their arcs were in...
Can't get out of this!
Don't get in my way!
Time to shine!
Wind Astral Energy! Better!
Double demon fang!
Watch this!
Ha! You picked the wrong fight!
Falling storm!
Raging Storm now!
I'm not done!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Not a chance! Ha! Ha!
Dust to dust!
Double demon
Things
fang!
come to an end.
Better! Lightning Condemn! Thunderblade! Illuminate the dark!
And out
Here I come!
Holy
We're
Glimmer!
on a roll now!
In an instant! Impact block! This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Dawn!
Crescent moon!
Lightning Condemn! Thunderblade! Raging Cascade!
Falling
Double
storm!
demon fang!
I'll be
Tiger
You're
blade!
on! Lunar Rondo!
You require help.
You're on!
Time to
Take
shine!
this! You're finished!
On guard!
This one's all mine!
Illuminate the dark!
Here I come!
Holy Land!
Now I'm in the groove!
One of six!
Double demon fang!
Tiger blade!
Rising Falcon!
Holy
Lightning thrust!
This one's mine!
You're mine!
Eat this!
Slash!
you! Eat this! I'll end you!
First strike! I'll put you through!
Time to
mine!
flat!
Win!
That's better.
Take this!
Holy Glyph! Holy Lance!
Finish it!
Time to stop! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I can feel my power growing!
What's this thing? Is that the Zoogle we're looking for?
Seriously? Is this a joke?
In a bind?
Double Demon Fang! Take it!
Holy Lance!
Eagle Assault! Did you hear it now?
Damn it! It's too fast!
Armor
Stand
won't
back.
save you!
I'll trip it up.
Double Demon Fang! Be still!
Dazzling spin!
Mirage!
That's better.
First strike!
Do you require
Time to shine! Denied!
Raging
You're
Storm!
my turn!
More where that came
Double
from!
Demon
Piercing
Fang!
roar!
Lightning
Make it
strike!
rain!
Kitara frozen!
Hammer!
Could have been worse.
That's far enough!
Here I come! You're finished! Take this! Double Demon Fang! Lightning Thrust!
Tiger blade!
Mirage! Double Demon Fang! Take this! You're
That
mine!
frickin' does it! Here we go again!
Raging Storm! Swallow Flight!
Here we go again!
Here I come! You're finished!
Energy!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
That's better.
Take this!
Shattering of
It's over!
pieces! Crescent time!
Try harder! Now! Take this!
Raging Storm!
It's over! Eat dirt! Here I come!
I'm
Double Demon
It was nice while it lasted. Hurricane! Crescent moon!
Denied!
Raging Storm!
Double
More where
Demon
that
Fang!
came from! Tunnel! Now!
Sing roar!
Double Demon Fang!
I'm on! That
Take
freaking
this!
does it!
Raging Storm!
Time to shine!
Here goes! Here's another!
Double Demon Fang!
Make it rain!
Summoning Render!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I feel sprightlier than before.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
There are still so many creatures we don't know about.
Have you been writing stuff down about what we fight?
Yep. It's actually pretty fun to observe them from afar.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was Astral Arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. Night, everyone! Another day, another Gald.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
Hmm? You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right? Ow!
Double Demon Fang!
Raging Storm!
First strike! It's time! You picked the wrong fight!
Now!
Take this! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Here I come!
Swallow Dance!
Double Demon Fang!
Do it!
Swallow Blade!
Double Beam!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
A comfortable win.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Xion.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Xion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cislodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
Okay.
Okay. Yes!
What?
Really? Dohalim. Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll, trust your judgment, Kisara.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will...
There's always a way, right? And it looks like we're out of options. Let's grit our teeth and go! Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
Alright guys, I'm going to stop right here. This is the end of part 10. Right? This is part 10, right? Just making sure. Yeah, this is part 10, like I said earlier. We'll play more tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow I'll see if I can play a little bit longer, maybe. I may do like a very long stream. But anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon in the next one.